Hi everyone, it's me, Darlene. Finally, I have another 10-pound weight loss update. Took a long time this time, and I'm very anxious to tell you exactly how it went, because it took a long time, but it's just weird, so obviously I'm going to be telling you in a minute. But first, I want to let you guys know that I have two playlists for carnivore. One playlist is when I first started in 2016, and that runs November of 2016, and it runs through 2022, okay? The second playlist is when I started high-fat carnivore, and that runs from the beginning of 2023 to now. And I will be continuing that. I had told you guys I would try it for 6 months, but I knew maybe a couple of weeks in that I was going to just continue doing things the way I'm doing it. Instead of me explaining everything every time I do a 10-pound update, I'm going to send you to those two playlists, and you can binge watch for 2 weeks. The links will be in the description of this video and also on the end screen. And if you want to start just at high-fat carnivore, you can. If you want to go back to the beginning, back to 2016, to see how it all started and to see my size, because I was at my biggest then, you can do that. Okay, what else do I want to tell you? Yeah, I'm going to tell you to subscribe here at the beginning of the video so you can continue to watch me lose weight. And again, just to make it clear, I eat carnivore for health reasons. Cures a lot of things. At some point, I hope to have a list for you, not just what it cures for me or cured for me and is still curing for me, but what it has done for many others. And, you know, just for me, inflammation, no more joint pain, depression gone, anxiety with the high-fat carnivore, with the high fat added to it, has made a big difference for me. So there's a lot of good things, and one of the side effects if you eat this way is that you will lose weight. Okay? So that's why this is happening to me. And it's why I'm not rushing things, because I don't care. It can take as long as it wants. My body will just do whatever carnivore tells it to do. So let me see, is there anything else? Oh yeah, so subscribe so you can follow this. I'm going to update you every time I lose 10 pounds. I don't know if I just said that. And of course you can see my other stuff, and you can see when I do thrift store hauls, and then you can watch me try my clothes on, even though I sometimes buy things that are too tight for me. As I'm losing, they fit, and then I'll show you again. So there's a lot of reasons to subscribe, and then of course I do other stuff, whatever I feel like doing, I talk about it here. So please subscribe. I'm saying it enough now. And watch my journey, okay? All right, comments. I do want to mention that I will not push through any comments that say anything about this is killing you, you're going to die. I'm done with that. I'm done with it. And so all my comments go through review. If you say anything like that, they will be deleted before the public sees the comments. You can always see your comment until I delete it. And you'll think it's out there, but it's not. Only when I push it through does it become visible to the public. And I also will not push through any comments that say things like, I'll try this after my refrigerator is empty. I'll try this after my birthday. I'll try this next week. No. If you want to talk about it, do it. Do it, start it. Do it for a few weeks, a couple of months, then come back and tell us and the world that you've been doing it for a couple of weeks or months or whatever, and if you like it or not. I don't like people procrastinating over their health. And it just gives other people who are thinking about it, oh yeah, see, they're all waiting. They're going to wait till after the holidays or whatever. No, it's bullshit. If you want to do this, do it now. Do it now. You don't have to, but don't tell the world that you're waiting, because there's no reason. There's no reason to wait. If you do this, you're going to want to do it the rest of your life, and you're not going to, you know, pig out every holiday or every birthday or just whenever you feel like it. You're not going to want to do that. And I know people want to wait because they're afraid. They're afraid they're going to try it and that they're going to be hungry and that they're going to be craving. And no, just try it, and then talk about it. Okay? So those are the rules. We're done with the rules. My last update was exactly 8 weeks ago, 8 weeks. It took me 8 weeks to lose 10 pounds. Here's how that worked. For the first 5 weeks, I lost 1 pound. At one point, very early on, I had lost 2, but then the next day I gained that pound back, and it sat there like that for 5 weeks. And can that get discouraging? It can, if you're dieting all the ways you've ever been taught. I'm not dieting. I'm eating carnivore, and I just trust the process. And I said, for whatever reason, my body just doesn't want to shed any more fat right now. What is going on? I wasn't doing dairy, because dairy will absolutely stall my weight loss. Oh yeah, so what I'm doing in high-fat carnivore is I eat mainly beef, but I do eat other meats, but beef is my favorite. But I'll eat anything, fish, chicken, pork, whatever. My next treat, my sister said, can you have gizzards and hearts, chicken gizzards and hearts? And I'm like, yes, and I love those. And when I go to watch TV at Derek's sometimes, I try to make something special. And to me, gizzards and hearts is special. So I'm going to be making some of those. And I'm going to get some cooked drumsticks, turkey drumsticks, smoked turkey drumsticks, and bring one of those over. So I like to do something different when I go to Derek's. But anyway, to watch TV. So I do mainly beef, and then the high-fat part is, for me, butter. It can be any animal fat, but I do butter. So also don't bother asking me, yeah, but what kind of vegetables do you eat? I'm sure you eat avocado. That's good for you. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't do it. I don't do it. The most I'm guilty of is I will have a throat lozenge when I'm out, because my throat gets sore and itchy from yelling, "You!" when the bands are done playing their songs, from singing along to all the songs at the top of my lungs, because I feel like it's necessary for me to do that while I'm dancing. I don't know. And when I do have a lozenge, I go ahead and have regular sugar, because if I'm going to have a piece of poison, I might as well have it be natural poison, as natural as it can get. I don't do the artificial sugar. But yeah, other than that, I tasted a spoonful of sauce, and at some point, I don't know if it was a couple of weeks ago or whatever, and I think that was the only thing that I put in my mouth that wasn't carnivore in a very long time, weeks, maybe even months. And anyway, so yeah, that's what I eat. Meat, mostly beef out of the meat, and butter, lots of butter. I'm still trying to do my 1.5 sticks of butter per day. And let me explain to you about the beef. Okay, so 5 weeks, I lost 1 pound. And I said, what else am I doing? Is anything different? And yeah, there was a big difference. I started swimming. And getting that exercise, and was in the pool longer than I usually was last year. I was in the pool anywhere from 1 to 2 hours swimming, and not like really, like doing laps, but just constantly treading water, whatever, just being outside. The other thing I did is I started going out 4, 5, 6 nights in a row. Not every one of those was dancing. Some were karaoke, but I was still out, but I was dancing. A lot of the past few weeks, I've been out dancing 4 nights per week. So I increased the amount of dancing I was doing, and I said, aha, I bet I know what's happening. I increased my activity, but I didn't increase my food. And our bodies are weird. They always want to be in some kind of weird, funky survival mode. So I was thinking, I bet that my body is hanging on to what I've got already, because it's like she increased her activity, but she's not increasing her food. So we want to make sure she's got enough calories and all that stuff for the energy she needs to do all that fucking dancing. And so I decided to increase the amount of meat that I was eating. Now, I don't measure, I don't care. I go by when I'm hungry. I wasn't hungry, but I wasn't eating enough to satisfy my lifestyle. So I increased my meat, and I started for the first time ever eating when I get up. Even before I brush my teeth, I would go right to my refrigerator and start eating leftover cold cooked beef. I made sure I had beef available all day, all night, and I would eat again in the afternoon. Sometimes I was eating again before going out dancing, and then I would make sure I ate a lot after dancing, because I sleep better if I have a stomach full of beef. and I stuck to mostly beef. I don't know if I strayed from beef for those 2 weeks. And I was still doing my butter, and I was making sure I got everything that I needed. And I felt like I'm full. And I don't usually go out, with a full belly like this, but it's different with beef. You don't feel stuffed, you don't feel bloated, you don't feel any of that. The other thing I did is I said there's 10 days until July 1st. So I said I'm going to eat a lot for 10 days, and I'm not getting on the scale. Because even though I understand how carnivore works, I still figured I'm going to gain a shitload of weight doing this. I don't know how many calories I was eating. I don't know how many pounds of beef, but I was probably back to eating close to 2 pounds of beef per day, which is what I was doing when I was regular carnivore, plus the butter. Okay, and all the fat of the beef, all of that. If I did hamburger patties and there was fat in the pan, I put that on my meat. I make sure I eat all of that. And so July 1st came, and I got on the scale, and I had in 10 days lost an additional 8 pounds. 8 pounds in 10 days. It took me 5 weeks to lose 1 pound, and then in a little over a week and a half, I lost 8. And I was like, wow, that was cool. And so I figured my theory is right. But what did I do? I dropped the ball and just went back to not eating as much, doing all the cooking. I don't care to do the cooking that much. And I just got lazy with it. And I think I went like a period of 2 or 3 days in the following 10 days after I lost 8 pounds. I probably went 2 or 3 days that I don't even know if I ate even as much as a half a stick of butter. So I knew that's why it was taking long now. It took me 10 more days to lose that last pound. 5 weeks for 1 pound. 10 days, so almost 2 weeks for 8 pounds. And then that last pound took again another 10 days. So it took 8 weeks total. I'm really glad that the weight came off that way, because I know a lot of carnivores out there do stall. They do stall. Do not be afraid to eat more meat. And I followed a woman for quite a few years in the group that I'm in, zeroing in on health. She used to tell people, if you're stalling or you're gaining, you're not eating enough. Eat a whole lot more beef. Fill yourself with that, and only that. Beef is generally the most liked meat across the board in the carnivore world, but it can be anything. But even if you have fish or whatever, do try to get a bunch of beef in you, because it is the most satisfying and, in my opinion, the most nutritious. But don't be discouraged if you stall. You can turn it around. And I did, by increasing the amount of meat that I was eating. And it worked. It worked wonders. And in my case, it's because I had increased my activity. And people would think, what a way to lose weight. You increase your activity and you're not eating that much, you're going to lose weight. No, I had to eat more. I had to eat more to lose weight with my increased activity, because my body just didn't want to release any more weight, because I had done something different. And your body does do that. It's like, wait, let's just wait. She needs to eat more because she's moving more, and she's not eating more, so let's just keep all the fucking fat on her. Let her stay fat. She's gonna dance like a fool. But it worked, and I'm quite happy. I'm quite happy with it, and I'm happy with 2 months, 8 weeks. What do I care? You know what I mean? I'm going out having fun, I'm doing all that, and I don't care if it takes, I don't care how long it takes to lose weight, because it's not even my focus. My focus is, using my joints that don't hurt, that allows me to be on a dance floor like I'm fucking 30 years old or 20 years old. I don't feel 62. I don't feel 62 eating this way. I just don't. Nothing about me feels old anymore. And when I was, 30s, in my 30s, 40s, 50s, I felt like I was near death. I mean, especially in my 30s, because I was still drinking for my entire 30s. A lot, and still smoking cigarettes, and I was way over 300 pounds. Oh yeah, so my starting weight that I saw, the highest weight that I saw was 338 pounds. So that's what I started as in my head. That's my top weight. I probably got heavier than that, but that's what I saw. So that's way back, starting 2016. Actually, maybe 2015, because I did low carb for a little bit, 11 months. That's all in the playlists. It'll explain all that to you. So now I'm at 218. 120 pounds that I have lost, and I still have more to go, and I'm just going to keep letting my body do what it wants. We don't know where it's going to end up stopping, but I know I've got a ways to go. You know, I'm definitely going to be under 200. I only have 20 more pounds, 2 more 10-pound segments, and I would be 198. I would be under 200 pounds for the first time in over 30 years. That's remarkable. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. And then after that, I'll just keep going, right? We're going to just keep going until it stops. Naturally, my body will eventually just stop losing weight, and I'll be like, thank you, carnivore, for all the weight you let me lose, while healing my body and my mental, my mental health, the stress, everything healed so many things for me. It really did. So I just wanted to give you guys that update. Is there anything else I wanted to say? I don't know. I think that's about it, right? I'm not doing any before and after pics because I just don't have time to look. But when I hit 150 pounds lost, I will try to do that again. There is a 100 pounds lost video as a playlist for this, so I'll put that in the description also, and you can watch my weight loss videos. I think I started a playlist for that. If not, I will do that as soon as I finish recording this. And yeah, so I'm quite content. I'm quite happy. And I did get a little bit discouraged, about 1 pound in 5 weeks, But then when I figured it out, I was so happy. I was so happy to know that my body worked exactly like I figured out it did. And of course I went and watched videos about increased exercise. In fact, there was one that said if you do anything aerobic for exercise, you need to increase how much you're eating. It was specifically for carnivore. And one of the things it listed was dancing. And that was after I had kind of figured it out, but I was looking for things because I wanted to know, is what I just thought up, is it a real thing? And I knew it was because I've read things before. So I just enjoyed those 10 days of not weighing myself and just excited. A little bit, was I a little bit thinking, no, it's not going to work, maybe I'll gain a little bit. I did think that. When I got on that scale and saw that I had lost 8 more pounds, I was fucking floored. I couldn't believe it. And then again, I had to wait another, 10 days to lose 1 more pound. But it's just the way it worked. And it worked, right? Those 10 pounds are gone. They're not coming back. So I'm just really happy. I'm just happy about it all, and I'm just very anxious to continue this journey, and I want you all along with me. So subscribe, and we'll see how long it takes for the next 10 pounds. Okay, I am going to continue to increase the amount of meat I eat, as long as I'm dancing at the rate that I am. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.